Lucky little devil, the world is wild about you. Lucky little devil.
What are you doing on the floor?
Because the floor is clean.
I don't care. You never seem to listen to...
Little devil, the world is wild about you. Lucky little devil.
What did you do with my inner child?
What do you mean? Have you gone mad? I am your inner child. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Make certain to hit the like and subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to be among the first to receive updates on videos like this and many others. Today we are talking about our inner children. We all have them. We were all children once, and many of us have gone through traumas in our youth, and it is very difficult, sometimes almost impossible, to forgive the pain that we suffered then, and we have to go back and say to that little child, I love you. I am sorry that it hurts right now, but I promise you it's going to get better, and I promise you it is going to be worth it. And I love you, and I bless you. We allow that child then to feel safe in our own modern bodies. And then we look to the future, and we tell our future selves, thank you, I love you, I bless you. Thank you for the wisdom and the guidance that you have given me. Thank you. I love you and I bless you. Many of you know the trauma that I've gone through. I've been very vocal about it. I also have told you previously how I once cursed myself, but I'm going to give you a little synopsis now. So, there was an entity, there has been an entity that has always followed me since before I was born. And growing up, I was teased a lot, I was strange, and I was odd, and I was funny, and I was weird, and I was slightly effeminate, you name it, I was that. And it got really hard for me, really, really, really impossibly hard. And, like I said, we've all gone through trauma, but it was really hard for me. I didn't know that in those days. And I wanted to die so badly. I wanted to die, especially as I neared my teenage years. And I remember that I went after, it was late one evening, I went to the bathroom and I walked back down the hall, and there was a big silver mirror behind my door, and I lit 2 red candles, and I looked in that mirror and I said negative things about myself. And I said that you should have died before you were born. Your mother should have had an abortion. And then I said maybe you should have just died when you were a happy little boy. Maybe that would have been best. And then I went to bed and I cried. Well, part of what got me on this journey was several months ago I had a dream where I didn't know who it was. I didn't understand. I couldn't see it. It was flashes, but there was someone being shaken in the air like this. And I couldn't see who it was, so I walked back around and I climbed up in the window and I smoothed out my mustache. And I could see inside there was this woman who was comforting this younger version of me. And she looked up and she said, "You did this." And 15-year-old me said, No, I know, I would never. And she said, "It's your bite marks on his arm, and it's his skin under your fingernails." And then she took him and she hugged him and she brought it in. And that may sound like a random dream until I tell you what happened when I was about 7 or 8 years of age. I was a happy little boy. And I went down that same hallway, and I didn't dry my hands after I went to the bathroom because I just never did. I couldn't be bothered. And I crawled in that bed, and my body began to tingle. My toes began to tingle, my knees all the way up, my hair stood on end. And suddenly the duvet ripped out of my hands, and it was folded neatly down to the bed, and by my ankles I was ripped out of the bed, and I was shaken. Like this. I could see my little brother sleeping in the bed next to me, and I couldn't speak. Nothing could make me speak. And I called out to God. In those days, my God was more of the Christian persuasion. But I called out to God, help me. And I went back into the bed like this, and my covers folded back up under my arms like this. And I fell asleep. I was at such great peace. And as I was falling back off to sleep, I looked in the window, and there was a man with a mustache, smoothing out his mustache to see what was happening. I didn't have this mustache until after I dreamt that. So my point to you, my beauties, is that you need to give yourselves permission to be loved. You need to give yourselves the permission to be blessed. We take on these habits as children. We are taught, oh no, don't do that. Oh no, that's not right. Oh no, that's a sissy thing to do. Or, oh, that's a crazy thing. Oh, that's crazy. Or we have been abused physically. Or we have been abandoned. And it is painful. And wherever you are, whenever you are, imagine that child sitting alone, crying, and you go to that child and you tell that beautiful, sweet, younger version of you how very special they are. It may sound silly at first. Typically, the practice is about 30 days. You want to write letters as though you are that child. Write about your dreams, your fears, your hopes, your desires, what amuses you, what is your favorite toy. And then write back those letters as an adult and say, I understand you, and I'm grateful for you, and you are so strong, and you are so brave. And that's again where you turn to the future and you bless yourself in the future, because in my point of view, time does not really exist. Time is a construct so that we can understand things. But every moment is happening. Every past moment and every future moment, they're all happening right now. If you could see yourself from above, it would look like a centipede. Everywhere you've ever been and everywhere you will go. And when there's trauma in the past, you send out that negative energy for you as long as you live. You have to heal that inner child before you can be blessed in your modern life. And now, here's a word from my friend the devil and Asmodeus. Asmodeus. I finally thought of a really great joke from my childhood. It's about time. Get it? Because back to you in the studio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome back. And thank you to all of my Patreons. It is viewers like you who keep channels like this afloat. I appreciate you supporting local artists. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked me out yet, go over to my website, thegentlemanpsychic.com. We have so many wonderful things coming up, even classes that we are teaching, magic, meditation, all kinds of wonderful things you don't want to miss. And again, as always, I've been your host, Richard-Lael Lillard, the Gentleman Psychic. Till next time,